Oh, fancy seeing you here. I was just getting some fresh peaches for this next part of the dish that we were about to do. Come on, let's go inside and I'll show you all about it. So my name's Andrew, and today we're gonna Reka pork tenderloin stuffed with peach and macadamia nuts. Let's get after it. What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about the noble pork tenderloin, one of the most versatile cuts in pork, but a lot of times people get it. It's a very economical cut. A lot of people don't know exactly how to cook it, whether they try and steak it or roast it or pop it. Running through our very simple ingredient lineup today, we have 2 fresh peaches, a small squash load of macadamia nuts, fresh mulled and flaky salt, and 2 small to medium sized pork tenderloins. Now I'm gonna leave the fat on because I want all that rendering. We don't need to dress that down. This is simply gonna be me butterflying it open, preparing the peach, crushing the macadamias, stuffing them in, putting a little bit of salt in there, wrapping and twining it all up, seasoning the outside. We're going to sear the outside, and then we're going to braise the outside with a wash or a glaze. Ooh. And then we're going to cook it off in the broiler. Let's go. The very first thing that we're going to do, I'm gonna move this to the side, and I'm gonna take my knife. We're gonna make a slice. We're gonna begin our butterfly, ultimately gonna look to roll this out. Very similar, for those of you that have been watching for a while, to what we did with the leg of lamb, except there's no bone in this. And then, if you noticed, I started in the top third. Now we're going to come back, and I'm gonna slice back down this way, being very careful at the narrow end. Don't wanna go through. Steady, steady. So we have now a butterflied out pork tenderloin. Taking our peaches, we just want very thin slices, like that. And I'm just gonna start laying that down a line of the pork. You can just see this is just gonna be such a beautiful dish. Now, I'm going to take a simple Ziploc bag. I'm gonna take my macadamias, which looks to be about 3/4 of a cup to a full cup. You can do this with a construction hammer if you don't have a regular one, or if you have like a little tenderizing hammer. We're just gonna simply crush these down. So there we have pulverized, crumbly macadamias.
Oh no, pulverized.
Entering onto the stage now, our 2 beautiful hero and heroine tenderloins. We're gonna simply take handfuls of macadamia and just come down that center line. Don't worry if it goes everywhere. If you can't get macadamias, just look to substitute out with something similar. You could try cashew or Brazil, something that you can just break down into a smaller size. So taking a little bit of salt now. We're gonna salt the outside, so I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm just giving it a little salt bay down the center. The last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to add an ingredient that I didn't actually mention earlier. I'm gonna put a little drizzle of honey down the middle. I'm gonna roll it, and I'm gonna string it up. 2 beautifully stuffed peach and macadamia with a little bit of honey pork tenderloins. We're just going to take some of our epic salt here, and we're going to garnish both sides, patting that in the best we can. We're going to let this sit for a little bit. Now we're going to bring our skillet up to temperature. So I'm going to get it really hot. We want to flash sear this. Each of these are a little big for the skillet, but I'm sure they're going to sit in nicely because there's going to be a little bit of shrinkage when we start bringing heat to this. So I'm immediately gonna add a little bit of olive oil. As soon as it starts coming up to temperature, I'm gonna add a very small slice of butter, and that's just gonna help with the browning and the caramelizing of the exterior. You can see already in the middle that the butter is starting to brown slightly, so I'm immediately gonna take our first tenderloin, and I'm just going to slap that right in the pan. It's give an immediate browning. I'm just getting all that nice butter and the olive oil. We want to keep all those juices in so that it doesn't dry out, because pork specifically like this will dry out very quickly.
Dry, arid, barren, desiccated, veritable dust bowl.
Bringing in our next loin, and that's all she wrote. So I'm very happy with that. I have here some peach butter, which I talked about in one of the most recent episodes. This is just going to be an epic glaze right now. So we're going to put that to the side very simply. We're going to hit it with some salt. And the last thing that I'm going to do, just to add some aromatic flavor into the dish, is I'm going to take a garlic slice it in half, take the little cap off, gonna set it right there, because as that cooks in the middle, that's just going to infuse all of that smell aromatically into the dish surrounding it. Okay folks, I'm going to set this into the oven now. I'm going to put a meat thermometer in there, and when it hits approximately 145 internal, that's when we're ready to pull it out, rest it, and get ready to serve. While this is cooking, we're going to be preparing our side dish. Very simple but elegant. Let's go. I have here some spinach, freshly picked, 1 shallot or shallot, and 4 medium small size cloves of garlic, some more flake salt. First, I'm going to take my spinach, all these little stalks here at the very base, we're just going to take those off. Second, we're going to take our 4 small garlic cloves, simply going to crush them, and then I am going to mince them all. Next, we're going to take our shallot, simple little slices, which are going to caramelize in the pan. Oh, heck yeah. Wow, that looks amazing. I'm gonna set this to the side, and while this is resting and all those juices are redistributing, we're gonna cook our wilted spinach side dish. Let's let that butter melt down. And while we do, we're just gonna send little bits of garlic all over the pan. Okay, so that garlic is actually getting ready to start to caramelize. So immediately, even before the butter's fully melted, I'm gonna start sending all these shallots.
Just gonna send it!
And just placing them around the pan. You don't want them like getting crispy, but you want them just caramelizing. We're gonna start adding, just literally dumping on the plate, our spinach. And the steam's gonna start to wilt the bottom part. We're just gonna start turning it over, and all of the flavor in the pan, all the shallots, all the garlic is just gonna start mixing through. You don't wanna overcook it. You want it still very bright green. And now we're going to literally move right here, and we're going to go in and see what it looks like on the inside of our tenderloin. Look at that, just wrapped in goodness. Beautiful pork. You can see all of the macadamias. You can see these beautiful pieces of peach in there. I think we have a winner here, folks. Watch this, watch this. See all the juices flowing?
See what it tastes like.
Let's plate this thing up. You ready? Let's get after it. I'm super excited. Let's taste this now. Let's go in and taste what macadamia, peach, and pork tenderloin taste like. Let's not forget the honey. Wow. We have a winner, folks. This is elegant. So the pork is moist. It's not dry. That's one of the things that people are afraid of when they cook pork. The mild crunch of the macadamias with that soft, sweet flavor of the peach makes this a super elegant meal. Let's taste the simple accompanying side dish. Love it.
I love it.
Super good. Guys, this is really, really good food. I'd highly recommend you make it. Thanks so much for watching, but please do like, share, and subscribe. If you've been giving recommendations, we have a list of all of your recommendations, so don't worry, we won't forget you. Thanks for watching. Pork tenderloin now has new game. Let's get out there and get it, people. Have a good one.